Any injuries? Anything new? Anything happening?
No. James is still growing, and he's just getting back. So he's the only one that's kind of nicked up right now.
The guys are fighting fatigue this time of year. How do you help them kind of plow through that?
A lot of film work. Had a long film session this morning. Guys needed extra conditioning work and all that. They're going through their stuff now. Cutting back the physical taxing of the bodies is important right now, because right now this time of year it's mental. You can either steal some games or you can lose some games right before the All-Star break, which is kind of what we're going through right now, is fighting that syndrome, so to speak. So a lot of our mistakes, a lot of our things that happened last night are all correctable. It's more mental than it is physical.
What do you go for some of the ball washing on D, where guys will start just seem kind of out of it, and just watching guys go by?
Well, yeah, and you have 2 or 3 stretches of that, and that's a ball game. I thought in the first half we were solid defensively, and then we had a couple of stretches we didn't rebound the ball well, lost some 50-50 balls, just got crushed with those, and fell asleep a couple of times defensively, and before you know it, that's the game. And again, you go through that. We had some buckets on them, and they went through some of the same things. So it happens both ways, but that was the difference, I thought, in a couple of stretches last night.
The trade deadline coming up, without mentioning the names, but are there certain skills or certain roles in the roster that you think?
I'm just concerned about the 15 guys we have on our roster right now. I'm not concerned about trades, or you have to talk to Masai about that as far as what's going on. Couldn't even tell you who he's talked to or really concerned. I'm more concerned about our approach, our getting us back in the right way.
If you're only worried about the 15 guys, they talk so much about their cohesiveness. And when you talk about those mental errors, is this stretch before the All-Star break and even after maybe a test of that, and how well they can come together and get over those?
It's always, and I don't think we're not together. It's not that. It's just the mistakes that we're making. And again, it's a long season, and we won 6, lost 2. Again, what we got to do is make sure the little things, what Ryan said, not doing the little things defensively, not doing the little things offensively, being where we're supposed to be, rebounding, 50-50 balls, all the things that we can control, we got to do.
When a team is having trouble containing dribble penetration like you guys have had on occasion, is there anything that can be done to lessen the impact of that?
It's a team defense. Eric, in the situation where someone should be in the gap, whether it's last night, it was a few times where our big guys were stretched out. They're supposed to be in the gap and to help the guy on the ball. So it's a team thing. When you get by that guy, the bottom guy has a rotation responsibility. So it's not just on one guy. Yes, that's where the problem starts, is ball containment, but then there's other safety measures behind that as far as guys to help the helper. So those are the things we got to do. And again, it's not like we haven't done them. We've done them and been doing them, and we did them in stretches last night. So again, let's give Brooklyn credit. They played a heck of a game. I mean, they came in, they just beat the Clippers. They came in last night, played well defensively. I thought they were sharp. They really worked to take DeMar and Kyle out of what they wanted to do offensively, and Lou, and they did that. We didn't do a good job of moving the ball, making sure our spacing, our bigs were clogging the paint instead of spacing out. So there's a lot of different things we did as far as we didn't do as far as our spacing was concerned.
You're absolutely right. This is a long season, but this is kind of the teeth of the schedule in terms of the opponents you're going up against. Is this maybe the most ideal test to kind of see,
Always. Every game is a test. Every game, all the games last week for us is a test.
But I mean the guys these teams are over 500. They're all.
I don't care what the records are. They could be under 500, over 500. We got to approach the game the same way for us. I don't think you can go out, because if you do, you're going to be on a roller coaster. Whatever the records are, and we're not. Again, our record is good, but still, we haven't developed to the point where we can go out and say, okay, we can go play one way against sub-500 teams, and we can play another way against the good teams, so to speak. So we got to build consistency in the way we play.
Offensively, Lou's shot hasn't been falling the last couple games. Is he doing anything differently, or is it just a matter of the same shots that he was making before?
Yes, you know, shooters, you know, it's like, you know, you don't forget how to shoot. He's missing some of the same shots he's had. The defenses are double teaming him a little bit more and kind of, you know, showing him extra body, showing him extra attention. But a lot of shots he's missing are some of the same shots he made when he had those big games. So again, it's a fine line. Some we got to make sure understand time, score, situation, but that's a fine line with a shooter who can score in many different ways the way he can score.
What was the difference between cheap shots and hard fouls? DeMar was saying he kind of didn't like the way they were carrying on yesterday with some of the celebrations and stuff. I mean, was that a sign of leadership and toughness maybe to just say,
Yeah, you never want to, have a frustration foul. I don't think DeMar intended to hit him or hurt him. The young man that went down, I don't know if he even hit him that hard. I think he was trying to sell it to officials. But again, you don't want anybody to come in your gym and show you up or anything like that. But again, you don't want to take your frustration out and then take a chance on the possibility of being suspended. I don't mind hard fouls as long as you not trying to let the guy score, but don't put yourself of hurting the team and getting suspended. And I don't think DeMar did that last night.
You met, obviously you said talk to Masai, but is it fair to say you wouldn't be in favor of kind of
talk to Masai? I have no.
Right.
My thoughts haven't even gone there. I can't. I owe it to these guys that own the roster that put their hearts and soul out there for that.
Besides having Chris Paul, what has made Clippers their first in offense now? I know he's a lot of it, but what is it?
Well, as far as rolling to the rim, got DeAndre Jordan rolling to the basket, J.J. Redick shooting the ball really well. Chris Paul is a handful in himself as far as getting to the basket, attacking the paint, causing the problem with his speed and quickness and his savvy. And then, just their overall offensive approach. They go up and down, great athletes. So I think that's a major part of their efficiency, as far as the way they play.